So this question looks like it's going to be a simplify question. I say that because it's a short question, right? Simplify questions are typically 1 to 3 lines long. This is just a little over a line long. So let's look at what this question is saying. Which of the following expressions is equivalent to x to the 2/3 power? So this is not a typical simplify question. In fact, I may say that it's not actually a simplified question. We're going to see how maybe I can bring that back, but initially this is like a knowledge question, right? Because this question really is asking, do you know another way to write a fraction exponent? So hopefully you do. So if you have an exponent that's a fraction, the denominator of the fraction becomes the type of root. So we have cube root. The base here goes within that radical or roots. And the numerator is the power on that base. So cube root of x squared is another way of writing x to the 2/3 power. And that tells us that choice K is the correct answer. Now, let's say you did not know that. Hopefully now that you've seen it, now you know. But I want to show you another way to answer this question, because there is another strategy that fits perfectly with this, and that is the strategy of plug in your own number. Plug in your own number. We can use this strategy typically anytime there's a variable in the question, which we have x, and there are variables in the answer choices, right? Which obviously each answer choice also has x. So here's how plug in your own number works. So we're going to make up a number, and I'm going to call x equal to 2. I just like to use this number. And then I'm going to plug the number in that I chose into the original question. So this x to the 2/3, I'm going to say, well, that's going to be 2 to the 2/3. And now I'm going to go to my calculator and figure out, well, what is 2 to the 2/3? So let's see if I can figure that out. So I have 2, and I want to raise that to a power of 2/3. So 2 divided by 3, close, equals. And what I get from that is 1.587, blah, blah, blah. Okay? So now the next step is to say, well, if 2 to the 2/3 is 1.587, and this question is asking me to find something that's equivalent to that 1.587, I'm going to plug in x equals 2 into each of these options until I find the one that also gives me 1.587. So just for the sake of time here, we're going to go straight to choice K and just see what happens if we use choice K with x equaling 2. So let's say if I have 2 and I'm squaring that 2 and then I'm taking the cube root of it, you will see so let's just write this down so we can see it visually. Cube root of 2 squared. So all I did was turn that into the cube root of 4. So your calculator will show you that this is in fact 1.587, which means, right, we further confirm that choice K is the right answer. And that also means when you go through F, G, H, and J with your calculators, none of these choices will give you, right, none of these will give you 1.587 ...